Every year in Puri, something ancient unfolds with startling urgency. The streets don't host a parade, they host the gods. In a world that glorifies speed, Puri slows down for faith, for tradition, for an event where the divine leaves the temple, touches the ground, and allows itself to be pulled, not by priest or king, but by ordinary people. This is Rath Yatra, where devotion becomes motion. It starts not with fanfare but with water. On July 11, the deities of Lord Jagannath, his brother Balabhadra, and sister Subhadra are brought out for Snana Yatra, a ceremonial bath with 108 pots of sacred water collected from the Golden Well. A public purification before a journey that will carry their spirit through millions. And then they vanish. Because after the bath, the gods fall ill. Yes, divinity catches a fear. Not metaphorically, not symbolically. In Jagannath's world, the gods mirror the fragility of those who worship them. For 15 days, the sanctum remains shut. Not even the king is allowed a glimpse. This is Anavasar, the sacred seclusion, where even the eternal pauses, even the omnipotent retreats, and the city listens. Puri responds not with protest but with discipline. A 2-kilometer radius around the temple goes vegetarian. Liquor stores close, food stalls disappear. The city doesn't just prepare for the gods, it purifies itself in their absence. While the gods rest, carpenters begin their own act of worship. 3 chariots, Nandi Ghosh, Taladhwaj, and Darpadalana, rise from sacred wood. No machine, no shortcut, just skill, sweat, and memory. These chariots aren't passed down. They are reborn each year, just like a story they carry. They are not vehicles, they are temples on wheels. On June 26, the gods reappear. The crowds swell. It's called Nav Jobin Darshan, the first sight of the rejuvenated deities. The silence of 2 weeks breaks into murmurs of gratitude. On June 27, the gods descend. Literally, they are mounted onto their chariots not by machinery but by men guided by ritual. The Gajapati Maharaj, the titular king of Puri, arrives not to command but to sweep. In the Chera Panhar ritual, he takes a golden broom and cleans the path before the gods. A king sweeping before God not out of compulsion but conviction. Then the robes are thrown to the crowds. No caste, no class, no permission. Faith is the only pass here. And it comes in calloused hands, sweat-lined foreheads, and chants that carry centuries. Together the people pull. From the temple to the Gundicha temple, believed to be their aunt's home, this is no ordinary detour. It's a spiritual sabbatical. For 9 days the gods stay away, so that their people can come closer. But one deity is left behind, Goddess Lakshmi, and she is not happy. On the 5th day during Hera Panchami, she storms the chariots. She demands answers, not rituals. She breaks the part of the chariot, not to damage it, but to make a point. Even in mythology, love doesn't stay quiet when it's ignored. Jagannath sends her a garland, a silent apology, a divine olive branch. The protest ends in peace, but Lakshmi isn't finished. When the gods return to the temple on July 8th, she bars the door. Reconciliation comes at a price. A rasagolla, a simple sweet, but one that is rich in meaning. No entry without amends and no homecoming without softness. On July 6th, the deities appear again, this time in gold. This ritual is called Sunabhesha. They are adorned with ornaments crafted from pure gold, head to toe, not to dazzle but to declare. The divine doesn't just belong in heavens, it rules here too, with grace, not grandeur. On July 7, the final act before the return, Adhar Pana, a sweet drink made from milk, sugar, banana, is offered in large clay pots, but not to the gods, to the spirits, the unseen beings believed to travel with them. And once offered, the pots are smashed. Let the earth receive what the eye cannot see. Because in Jagannath's world, nothing and no one is invisible. With the Rasgulla offered and Lakshmi appeased, the gods are welcomed back to their sanctum. Not as rulers, not even as gods, but as beloved guests who left only to be longed for more. Rath Yatra isn't just festival. It's not even just faith, it's a statement that in this world of speed and spectacle, there is still some space for ritual, for discipline, for stories that aren't retold but relived. Where gods fall sick, goddesses protest, apologies are made, and sweet mend silence. And every year, as those chariots roll through the streets of Puri, they carry with them a truth that no modernity can erase. In the land of Jagannath, the divine doesn't demand worship from above. It comes down so that you can walk with it.